Hi everybody, welcome. It's Ruth here at Artful Stampin. Thank you so much for coming and joining me. It's going to be a very quick video. I'm super late this evening, so I'm going to challenge myself to try and get a one sheet wonder done in 10 minutes. Maybe 10 minutes from when this video started, I don't know, maybe just 10 minutes from when I first opened the ink pad. So I'm going to grab a piece of card. Should have done that earlier really. Hello everybody on the live. Welcome. I can see a few people here. Jane, Kim, Linda, Vicky, Judy, Jane, Shaz, Elizabeth. Hello, welcome. Hi Kim, great to see you. You keep missing me, love. Keep missing my videos. Anyway, I'm going to go straight to it. I have chosen two stamp sets. Ones that you're probably very familiar with if you've watched this channel for any length of time. One we're going to be saying goodbye to. It's in the last chance list, Cheerful Daisies, and also Elements of Text, which is an online exclusive, which I hope stays forever and ever and ever. I don't ever want to say goodbye to it. So there we go. Right, let's have a look. So there we go. Those are the two ones. So I had this idea to do vintage stroke floral. So going to grab, let's go for a bit of crumb cake. And, could go vintagey with, let's go down. I'm mixing various in colours here. A bit of pink. And maybe a bit of that. Yeah, we'll see how that plays out. Yeah, so my idea was to use this. I don't tend to use this one that often. It's the circular formation of the text. And I thought, what if I use that as a little bit of an interesting way of kind of creating shapes on my page and then add the flowers afterwards. So typically I end up using the script as a kind of a detailed finisher, not as something that I start with. So it'll be interesting to see how this works out. Okay, clock started at 4 minutes. I can see 4 minutes on the clock. So let's see if I can do this in 10 minutes. All right, so my plan was to just stamp these and just see them as circles on the page and just fill my whole page with circles, because my aim here, and it often is my aim, to demystify whole sheet stamping, to demystify basically surface design using stamps. Because I know some of you come on here and you think, I can't do that. Ruth's far too clever. I'm not clever. I can't do that. And it's just not true. It is just not true. Because what I aim to do here is to break it down so that you can have a go. Because if you're able to pick up a stamp, put it into some ink, put the stamp onto some paper, then you can learn what I do. You can. You've just got to give yourself a bit of time. Be a little bit kind to yourself. Be patient. Listen to what the instructions I give and try and do what I ask you to do. And you will get there. All right, so there we go. So within, what, a minute and a half, I have just covered my whole piece of cardstock there with these gorgeous circles. So it looks like we've got massive polka dots on the surface there. Okay, so I think I'm going to have another go doing that, a fun technique that I quite enjoy doing. Oh, that's that massive block just falling down. Okay, let's move that there. Sorry, excuse me while I just need to grab some blocks. So this morning we had acorns at our church, so I took that lovely Easter stamp set and did some stamping with the children, with 3-year-olds and 2-year-olds. Can you believe it? I was that brave. So the trick with stamping with that age group is not to give them too many choices and to put the ink on their blocks for them, onto the stamps rather, for them. And then if they were old enough to kind of point on their piece of paper where they wanted it, I would let them, you know, they could point. Either that, or I was basically hovering the image over the paper and I'd go press and they'd press it down. So often the cards were designed by me-ish and stamped with assistance from the children. So it seemed to work well for them. So there we go. Hi Bev, hi Glenna. Who else is here? Who else has just arrived? All right, so we've got Darling Duckling here, which is this gorgeous fun yellow, and I am going to be stamping. You see there's these kind of like natural breaks in the design, so I'm thinking there, so I've got there, there and there, so then I'm going to keep there, there and there for later, maybe, I don't know. Ooh. Or should I just do another one there? Let's just do another one there, and then there, and there. So does that mean I would have one there? It might mean that. Let's do that. Okay. And then I'm going to grab out a smaller daisy, and I'm thinking a little bit of pink would be fun inside that bigger daisy. Oh, I swapped it round earlier. Oh, right, I forgot I did that. Oh, well, it doesn't actually matter. Okay, I swapped direction. That's okay. Okay, and then I'm thinking, what about we do in these, like some of these spaces here, we go for maybe a couple of flowers, or maybe just one. No, I know what, I'm going to do just one. I'm just going to fill all these other gaps then with some more daisies, because there's also that sideways view of a daisy that I haven't used yet. We can use that. So filling up any spaces that are kind of obvious between the text, I'm filling with a flower. All right, that's, so I just set a rule and I just go for it. Then I don't know, where's that? There it is, that lovely flower. And do I want one of these? Why not? I'm trying to think where it would come from. I have one coming away from the yellow daisy somewhere. Just looking for a natural gap. Okay. So then I need to do the centre. Hi Deb! Don't make me buy that colour, Ruth! And you know what the Darling Duckling colour is saying to you, Vicky? I'm gonna make you love me. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Hi, Jane. All right, now for the centres. So let's see how quickly I can get these all done. Got a lot of centres to do. Just gonna keep on stamping. Just keep stamping, just keep stamping. All right. Nearly there. Oh, one more. How pretty. Oh, one more. Okay. Is that it all? How pretty is that? That is really sweet. I quite like that. I'm going to leave that open because we have this fabulous little trio. Hi, Margaret. I just bought this stamp set and dies plus your other favourite set that's going out the door. Oh, textured floral, I think. I hope. All right, I've got 2 more minutes to get this finished. So I'm just kind of filling in any gaps I see between the text and anywhere else I fancy. So I'm doing first and second generation, 1 and then 2, 1, 2, 1 in there. Oh, I think that's good. Anywhere else? Anywhere else see a gap? I'll just stick one in there for the sake of it. All right, and I think we need a little bit more yellow. So I'm going to use the yellow for a few little leaves. Okay, this might end up being 12 minutes instead of just 10, but because I really feel it'd be nice to get some little leaves in here. So just finding some different areas for these leaves, because I feel that also it'd be nice to have the yellow somewhere else. We've got the yellow in that lovely big daisy, but it'd be nice to see it elsewhere. And okay, where have we not got some yellow? I think that's it actually. Now I meant to I thought I'd picked out Moody Mauve, but I haven't. But I actually quite like this colour scheme as it is, so I don't actually want to do much more to it apart from to do some splattage or dottage, and I'm trying to think what colour to do that in, and I'm thinking possibly I haven't used boho blue yet. I don't know, I'm kind of thinking let's just keep to the pink and the yellow thing again. It's a bit of a theme at the moment, isn't it, pink and yellow for me? But let's stick with it and see what happens. So I'm just going to scatter some of that dottage around the place. So this is a nice, simple, beginner stamped one sheet wonder. If you've never done this process before, if you're a bit kind of fearful of it and thinking, how am I going to cover a whole sheet of cardstock with stamping? This is a really good one to get started with, because we've got that great big circle stamp, and it just very quickly, as you saw at the beginning, it filled the page really easily. So I am just stamping very liberally this dottagey one all over the place for a bit of fun. And the only thing I can think of to do now is possibly, I was thinking of maybe stamping some of this texture over certain areas, just for a bit of fun. I'll see what it's like over a bit of it, and then if I don't like it, I'm going to stop. Start on the edge here. So this is Flirty Flamingo again. Just fancy just seeing what it was like. And I know I'm doing script on script, but because it's such a different design, I think it kind of works. Oh, don't drop the stamp. Now, if you don't like this additional other script, you can leave it off and it will take you less time. But I just wanted to go for it and see what happened. Right, I might even actually be able to use this in that album that I was making because it's all kind of those sort of colours. But there we go. Ta-da! Right, how long did that take me? 17 minutes minus 4. Okay, 13 minutes took me that to do that. So that's not too bad, is it? Hi, Janice. There we go. So I used Flirty Flamingo, Pretty in Pink, Darling Duckling, and Crumb Cake. There we go. Just 4 colours there. And 2 stamp sets. Okay. I think I deserve a round of applause for that because, you know, for me to just use 2 stamp sets and 4 colours is pretty cool. All right, there we go. Hi, Jenny. So hopefully this goes to show that you don't need like shelves and shelves of stamps to do a stamp one sheet wonder. You just need some very strategically picked stamp sets that give you variation to be able to create something like this. So I used Elements of Text. I used that great big circle stamp, stamped that all over, made a massive kind of like polka dot look. Then use my daisies to fill in some of those spaces. Now this all over sheet would be great as a background for cards or to cut up into small sections. Sorry, you can do big ones just to cover your whole card or smaller sections to perhaps mat and layer and combine with some DSP. So there we go. Crumb Cake, Darling Duckling, Pretty in Pink, and Elements of Text and Cheerful Daisies. And yeah, that was fun. I enjoyed that. Right, sorry for a really quick one today, guys. Yeah, I'm a bit later than usual, and got a full day again ahead of me tomorrow. So if you a minimalist, I know, but I mean, it didn't turn out minimalist. It still looks pretty full, but minimalist materials, yes, indeed. Oh, look, I got claps. Thank you so much. So if you like what you see and you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, please consider doing so because it means it just makes it easier for you to find my videos at a later date. I have tons and tons of videos. Playlist, they are divided. I try and divide them into playlists to make them easier for you to find. Bev, this is I imagine you using this. I can imagine using this. The decor edge, this would look good with decor. Oh, the circle dies. Yeah, the daisies are nice. Yeah. We're going to be saying goodbye to the daisies. Well, it's in the last chance offer. Now, I'm not sure if there's a reduction on it. I will quickly double check to see if Cheerful Daisies has been reduced in the UK / Europe. Oh, I'm not actually signed in to I'm in .com at the moment. I'm meant to be in .uk. Right. Cheerful Daisies. Oh no, it didn't type. What happened then? Oh, cheerful. I'm just going to type cheerful in because that's enough. Yes, it is. It is available in Europe. It's £14.40 in the UK. That's nearly a £10 reduction on that stamp set. So normally it's £24. It's £14.40, and the dies have been reduced from £32 to £19.20. So again, oh gosh, that's over a £10 reduction. So Normally we would say buy the bundle together to get a 10% reduction, but I would say do not buy the bundle, buy them separately because they are both reduced. Sometimes Stampin' Up will reduce one thing more than another depending how much stock they have of something. So it's always worth, if you're looking at something that was a bundle, that you can perhaps look at seeing if it's cheaper to buy them separately. All right, thank you so much for watching, everybody. And there is a link to my shop in the description if you want to do that. It's reduced in the South Pacific as well. Vicky says it's staying in my collection. Yes. Thanks for all the love, everybody. And thank you, Glenna and Vicky, for doing my admin bits. There's still space for my scrapbooking class on Friday, and I hope to come out with a bit more of a list of what you'll need for it tomorrow, so that you'll have stuff on your table. You don't necessarily need to do any work prior, but I'll try and get a list out of what you'll need. Okay, and we're starting an hour later, so I just need to go into book when and change that. So instead of starting at 7, we're actually going to be starting at 8 in the UK. Because the people that have booked on are in the South Pacific and in the United States. Okay. Right. Lots of love, everybody. Take care for now. Morning, evening, day.